So this one is for the overthinkers. The overthinkers. The he loves me not. The oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have did this. I shouldn't have acted that way. That kind of looked weird. Like, oh, if I could go back in time and do this. Oh, she looked at me different than usual. Maybe she doesn't like me anymore. Like, did I do something? Like, was it like, am I giving you the sense of anxiety that it feels like that comes over you when you're thinking like that? Because I struggle with that, and I have PMDD and premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and during that time of the month, because it's usually pre-period, like within the week of my period, the overthinking, the overthinking, and it's just worse because the overthinking leads to negative and dark thoughts, and then it goes to extremes, and it just goes places I don't want to go. And this week I've been experiencing that, but I'm not gonna lie, I am just a chronic overthinker. That is just me on the daily, on the daily. So I think that's one of the reasons why God has me, inspired me to make this channel, which no one's watching these videos, but I'm still making them, and I'm just posting them, and I'm not doing the editing thing like I was trying to do in the beginning, try to be the editing girly. It's not me. It wasn't me. And such a relief it is that I don't have to do all that work, but I can actually enjoy making the videos and then just posting them, honestly. Um, and One of the things that I have realized is the antidote to all this overthinking, all of this haves and have nots and coulda, woulda, shoulda, and noticing the different nuances in people's behaviors and being very sensitive to that is charity. Charity. Charity, I know, right? Like you would think that doing more for other people when you already feel kind of shunned by other people, or you feel like other people don't like you, or oh, you're doing too much, like you would think that that would be the last thing that would help. But charity, thinking less of yourself actually helps. Who would have thought? Like thinking less of yourself, putting the humanity and the feelings that you feel and trying to relate that to the other person, how they may feel, where they may be coming from, asking about them, genuinely wanting to know about their life instead of it being about you and like in relation to you. Like, oh, for me, it's usually like, usually this person is like this. But today, when I did my usual this, they responded different. And it kind of, like, could it be that when the other day when I wasn't feeling too good and she's talked to me, I gave off bad energy. So she thought that it's the people pleaser tendencies too. Like the overthinking, people pleasers, they usually go hand, people pleasing, they usually go hand in hand. But what I've learned is it's not healthy. Well, we already know this. It's not healthy. Duh. Like the anxiety, not healthy, obviously. But it's not healthy because it usually gets internalized. And I'm personally an avoidant. I'm an avoidant. I have an avoidant attachment style. So if I anxious avoidant. So if I feel like the other person is stepping back a little bit, or I feel like I did something that, deserves a sideway look, or maybe I thought I got a whiff of a sideway look and I, and I'm like overthinking it. I can overthink myself to the point where I'm like, okay, I just need to get out of this person's life. I don't want to get hurt anymore. I don't want to be rejected. So let me just distance myself from this person. Whole time, I don't know what the other person's thinking. Like everybody's going through their own thing. Everybody has their stuff going on. Everybody goes through sometimes, like we all go through stuff. We're all human. Like I want the grace to be able to have a bad day where I'm not my happiest self. Why can't I give that to other people? And another thing is, I realized that anger and resentment are emotions, and they're okay. It's okay to have emotions. Like, who would have thought that God would be okay with honestly, like, no, that is a really good question. Like, who would have thought God would be okay with feelings like anger and resentment? But he understands, is what I'm learning. He knows that we feel these things. We have this human condition that makes us frail, and we feel those things, and they're not always bad. It's what they lead to. Hate is the absence of love. It's the not wanting, it's the opposite of love. It's not wanting the good of the other. Once the anger and resentment crosses into that threshold, that's when you've sinned. That's when you lost the plot. And so if you're someone who's an overthinker, you can get there really, really fast and really, really hard. I shouldn't have said that. But I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, maybe it's just me and my brain, but I'm working on that too. Anyway, you can actually use that anger and resentment that starts building up from, oh, what if she doesn't like me? Well, why don't she tell me? And all this, and you starting to come up with the worst case scenarios about that person, or why they're treating you different on a given day or a given week or whatever. And to me, it's like, if you can't unassume the worst, like if you just can't help it, like with the PMDD, I can't always just like, I can say like, I know, like it's not always, it's everyone's going through their own stuff. It's not always about me. It's not always, everyone has stuff they're dealing with. So maybe it's that, and that's why she's acting this. And I can tell myself that up and down, but will I actually feel it in my heart? Will I actually believe it? Will it make me stop crying over little things? Will it make me get over it? No. So instead, I don't try to unassume the worst. I say, okay, if that is the case, and that is what this person is feeling toward me, or maybe they have something, maybe I did something, I say, how can I still love them? What if I just forgive them? Like, what if I forgive them for treating me different? Or what if I forgive them for whatever I think the worst case scenario, worst case assumption about why they're behaving the way they're behaving is, and how it's affecting me and how that hurts me or whatever. What if I forgive them for that hurt and decide to love them anyway? And just try to love them anyway. And sometimes they might not be responsive to that love. Sometimes, like, I've had really good reactions where I'm like, oh wow, so yeah, I'm glad I asked them about themselves. I'm glad I talked less and actually listened and heard this person. And it became like a deeper connection because of that. And then other times it was like, it kind of fell flat. Nothing really came of it. Didn't really change, like, it didn't really change my mind on whether like the worst case scenario is the case or not. I hope this is making sense. Didn't really do much, but at the end of the day, I still chose love. And that's what God sees. And I learned that when you're doing the will of God, you purify your heart, you purify your intention. So every time I choose love, when all I'm feeling is rejected and misunderstood, or feeling like an alien or something, actually aliens, maybe I shouldn't say alien because that's kind of a weird subject, touchy subject right now in the church. And, I don't want to say that. But when I'm feeling that rejection or perceived rejection from the other person, and I still choose to love them, maybe not directly. People still have free will. They don't have to accept your love. They don't have to explain themselves. They don't have to like make you feel better about them. They don't. They also don't have to like you. So you can still love people with that in mind, and know, and just give the rest up to God. If the worst case is the worst case, if what I'm assuming is it, I've forgiven them and I give it up to you, Lord. I give I want to forget it. I want to still love this person how you want me to love them. And I want to see this person as a human with autonomy, with their own feelings, their own things going on, their own development, their own spiritual, mental, physical battles that I may not know, their own little sufferings, big sufferings that I don't know about. And I want to leave the door open to them to be able to lean on me and talk to me, confide in me, or whatever, ask me for help if they need. Like, I want to do that part. That's my part. That's what I can do. And honestly, like, even in this state, like, even with the PMDD, like, to be fair though, right now I'm in a really good mood. So that's why I say, like, it might not always be easy to just assume the best. When I'm in a good mood, it's easier to assume the best about someone and their intentions and how they're acting and stuff like that. But when I'm not, and I'm just in that spiral mode, this is like honestly so much of a weight lifted off, so relieving, puts me on a better trajectory when I just forgive them, and I'm charitable. Whether in my thoughts, in my actions, in my interaction with them, I'm charitable. And I leave the door open for them to extend themselves to me when they're ready, if they want to. And I know that I chose God, and that makes me feel so good now, because I didn't have that before. I just had to ride out this wave. And then I was still a chronic overthinker, so it didn't, you know, it just got it gets oh gosh, what am I trying to say? It gets exacerbated when you have these like bodily physical things impeding on your like self-control. Basically, it's easier to like slip into the dark hole basically and just be like, I don't want to talk to people anymore. I'm tired of wondering what they're thinking, why they're doing things, and how they perceive me and stuff like that. Like, it's such a breath of fresh air because none of that matters now. Like, it doesn't matter. And I know that. And I know that it's a suffering that I can use to love people better, fortify my spirit, fortify my mental, fortify my, like, honestly, even my diet, like even the way I eat and the way I exercise and stuff like that. I could be doing a little bit better right now, but I've been doing pretty good. I've actually lost 12 pounds in the past month. So I've been doing really good. Maybe 2 months, past 2 months or so. I've been doing really good and eating better and cleaner and just having the motivation to do so because I want to think more clearly. I don't want to have unnecessary anxiety. I don't want to add unnecessary anxiety to what I know is coming later in the month or at whatever point of the month, because things be changing. But like, I have that desire now because I want to always be able to serve God as best as I can. And sometimes it's harder than others, but we give God whatever we can. We look to his light and he will bring us out of the darkness always. Always. He will always guide us out of the darkness, or he will always walk us through the darkness. It could be a perceived darkness, but at the end of the tunnel, you look back and you're like, wow, like God was holding my hand the whole time. Like, those type of things. So I just see whenever I have these bouts of overthinking and mistrust and all those things, I see as an opportunity to grow with Christ, to hold his hand, to let him lead me, because I'm helpless. I'm a helpless baby. I can't do it on my own. Like, sometimes I don't have the desire to want to see the best in people and situations in general. But if I can just give him that mustard seed, if I can just focus on the mustard seed of light that I can see in him, if I could just do that, he will brighten up the rest of the way. He will just light everything up. So yeah, that's my message for today. Honestly, I'm really starting to enjoy making these videos because like there be some gems sometimes, and I know that one day like I can look back at these videos and actually like use them as reminders even. So at this point, it's like a personal diary, an outlet, a personal public diary, an outlet, an unfiltered gab session that I get from these videos, and I love it. I really do. I really, really do. So if someone happens to be watching this and you like this video, please like it and please leave a comment and let me know how you feel about what I said, if you have anything to add. And remember that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Much love. God bless.